Welcome to Retro Review on Retropolis. First up, I'm going to be doing two controllers today. The controllers are the Nintendo control pad. This is the very first Nintendo system. With that being said, this is the American controller. It's got a really long, maybe 6-7 foot cable on it. If we take a closer look here, it's a directional pad, or D-pad for short, a select and start button, and then a B and an A button. Now that being said, most controllers at the time, before this, did not have A and B, they just had one big red button. Some had a number pad. So having two action buttons was kind of handy. The start and select button. The start button was quite revolutionary in the fact that you could actually pause your game now. Before this time, you could not pause any of your games. You had to either just let it sit there or hand off your controller and hopefully you didn't die. The select button would select your game usually. That being said, a lot of the older consoles actually had switches you had to flick on the console itself, so you actually had to get up, walk over to your console, and then use that selector. Then the directional pad is pretty revolutionary in itself because you did not have a joystick you had to maneuver. Joysticks were usually pretty clunky, and a lot of the times they didn't work as good as you wanted. Your reflexes are a lot faster using this. This is a very classic controller in my opinion. Now, there are a few flaws with it. So the first flaw, as you can see, it's very, very angular, and that actually irritates my hands. The next flaw, when I was a kid it didn't bother me, but as an adult this does. The cord is just off to the one side and not directly in the middle, which my hand is on the cord, which again is a comfort issue. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will rate this as a 9. Taking half a point off for the angles and a half a point off for where the controller is, or cable is. That being said, it's still a very good controller and it functions exactly the way it's supposed to, and it was very revolutionary for the time. Now with that being said, Nintendo also had another official controller, the NES Zapper. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why my Zapper is gray. That is because Nintendo got in quite a few bits of trouble because people were firing these, and people thought that there were people shooting guns at their TV. They thought kids had guns in parks, a lot of other things like that. Even though it does have a big bright red button here and a 6-foot cable as the previous controller. So Nintendo decided to try to curb some of that criticism, and they made the orange Zapper. Funny story about this one, I actually found this one in a dumpster when I was taking the trash out when I lived in my old apartment. I had an orange one already, and I thought that the case for this would be a good replacement if this one didn't work. And this one of course worked, so that's how I got that one. The gray one, so this is technically my third one here. When I moved into the house I'm currently renting, the previous tenant said he left me a gift, which was a Nintendo, a couple of controllers, all the hookups, that controller, and a couple of extra games, a few of which I did not have. So thank you for that, and thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy some more of these videos.